I'm doing, and forgive the dustiness. I'm as cold a day as it is, I'm starting my lettuce and my cabbage, and the reason why I'm doing that is so that's just the time of the year. It's extremely cold outside, but it's supposed to be back up in the 60s by next week. And I'm here in my little man-made or homemade greenhouse. We made it relatively. It's a 8 by 10, and it's about 8 foot, 10 foot in the eave over here on the lean-to side. It's just adjacent to or right next to the horse stalls. We used this last year, worked real well. And again, it's basically scrap material that I had just laying around. And I say laying around, when you live on a farm or you live in the country, a lot of times and especially the way that I've been raised, you don't throw away anything. So we had some tin, we had some 2x4s. We did buy a few 2x4s, I think, for the rafters, maybe a couple for the sides, but the post was cedar posts, some old posts that we've got. I've got out of old buildings that we salvaged or old barns that we salvaged. And I ordered the plastic, which is a greenhouse plastic. And I think it's like it's a 10 mil, 8 mil. It's not super thick, but it's supposed to have a life expectancy of 3 to 4 years. And, by that time I can strip it off and add new plastic. But it is a greenhouse plastic. I did order it. I ordered it off of Amazon. I think it was roughly about $30. And I put all that on using 10 nails with wood strips. And again, I can go into a lot of detail about that. I'm not, but we're starting to see today, extremely cold. The high today is 20. In here, it's pretty comfortable. Probably the most pleasant place I've been, as far as in the house. But we get the west sun, and I had intentions on doing this inside, but since it is an early spring crop and it is showing to be warmer in the next few days, I'm gonna sow my seed today, and I'm gonna wait till it's above freezing at night before I actually go to water, because I don't want it to freeze. And I'm sure it might not hurt all the seeds, but I want as much germination as I possibly can. And again, I'm not no expert gardener. I've been doing this as a hobby. I love doing it. And again, it's something anybody can do at home. And I try to encourage my kids at school to get involved. Today was our snow day. Again, this is the second snow day we've had. I'm trying to take advantage of what little I can. We spent most of the day in the house. Now we're out here trying to sow some seeds and get some things accomplished. But what I'm going to do is I have some heirloom. It's like I think it's called a butter crisp. I actually have some in a packet here that we actually bought. I think I do anyway. But it's like a butter crisp lettuce. It's a leafy lettuce. That's seeds I've saved. And I always have good luck with these, and I just go by and pick the tops out after the blooms die and the seeds go getting brown. I pick the tops off, put them in a bag, and it's got a lot of other things in there besides seeds. So I sow it pretty heavy, but they normally germinate pretty good. Normally where I plant them at. The year before, I have all kinds of sprouts. So what I'm going to do is sow my cabbage and my lettuce in big pot. I'm going to put my cabbage in my flat slender pan. I'm going to put my lettuce, sow it heavy. Once it goes coming up, then I'll sprig it, pull it, and I'll put it in small cups like this here. And if you don't have these, I saved these. Again, I'm really not buying anything this year. The pot and soil I had from last year. It's some Miracle Grow pot and soil, and here's some seed starter I bought at the dollar store. Works real good. Just gotta keep it watered, lightly watered as they're coming up. A lot of people use the plastic covers, and here's an old one I've had to go over your pans to keep the humidity level. It says it keeps the seeds to germinate, but again, I don't use those. I just keep a check on it, keep them in natural light. I found that it seems like natural light is so much better than a growing light if you can get it outside in a greenhouse or in a windowsill that gets a lot of sun. But I'm going to sow my lettuce seed. Again, I'm going to just sow it pretty heavy because I have large amounts of these I get every year, and there'll be more seed, more plants here than I'll ever be able to do anything with. And again, it's got a lot of just other things in it than seeds, trash from the plant, and that's the reason why I sow it so heavy. I keep a paper towel or piece of toilet tissue in my seed bag to keep the moisture content out. I guess you could use rice, but a paper towel seems like works best for me. I'll lightly sprinkle that, not a lot, just with a little bit, covered up with some of this seed starter. Again, these seeds are so small and so fine that you can actually throw it on top of your potting mix, water it, and then it'll come up. Now what I have next is my cabbage. I like my lettuce, but my cabbage is my favorite. We make kraut, we make mustard slaw, and I love fried and boiled cabbage. Again, good for coleslaw, but I bought these. Again, not a cheap grade seed, but it's early Golden Acres by Ferry Morse. I probably didn't say that right, but got these at Walmart. And what I like about these is they're smaller cabbage and they germinate. I mean, they actually, the heads, you can actually start getting heads off of them, cabbage heads around sometime in, I guess, probably June, July, or well, definitely June. Because we'll plant our cabbage here probably about March, the middle of March. So after we get them started, we'll put them in small cups, and then we'll plant this. After about the 1st of April, middle of March, we'll plant our cabbage outside. Normally they're all right by that time. We may wait a little bit later because here it is, February the 20th, and it's 20 degrees, so extremely cold. We're gonna plant these. Plant 2 packs. Again, I'm going to put them pretty heavy in here. Again, small seeds. Scatter them around in there. And then when they come up, I actually water them heavy. Pull them from the big pot. Put them in smaller cups. And then that way they're ready to go in the ground about the middle of March. No later than the 1st of April. Again, this is something you can do at home. Very easily done. You got dirt, you got seeds. Now you can get technical with it, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to encourage and try to tell people that maybe don't have a greenhouse, that you can do this in your home. Again, like on the small cups, I've used styrofoam cups. You can go to the dollar store, buy some cheap styrofoam cups, and use them as planting cups. Poke a hole in the bottom. Again, I save all that we get. Here's some that we've saved. Where we go to nurseries, we save the cups each year. Some people may think that's tacky, but I view it as conservative. Save money any way you can, but you can actually use the white styrofoam cups for this. I'm going to leave these in here. Probably about Saturday, Sunday, a couple days, I'll come and I'll water it good, and then hopefully by the end of next week we'll have seedlings coming up, and maybe by the 1st of March I'll be able, which would be a couple weeks, I'll be able to transplant these into bigger cups or my little trays here. So anyway, that's what we're getting started now. I do keep a garden, I guess you could say a garden diary, but that's not what it is. It's who keeps a garden diary, not me. I keep a journal of when I planted last year, what I planted, when I was going to plant, and if you hear a bull in the background, that's just my father-in-law. He just got him a new bull, so he wants to be out with the cows, but he's going to have to stay up for a little bit. But anyway, sidetrack as I am, get off track sometimes, but and you probably got my head cut out of this shot. That's perfectly fine. You don't need to see my all my hoboish lookness here, but this is what we're doing. Again, we keep a journal, and we try to set dates, arrange dates. And my range dates was, I think, February the 12th to February the 18th to get this started. I'm actually 2 days later than what I wanted to. We'll try to keep on track with that. Again, it's just something to keep me focused on what I need to be doing, because I enjoy it. Again, I enjoy springtime, enjoy planting. And again, it's something that you can do. And there's nothing like growing your own food at home, having it to where you can go out, cut a head of lettuce, or take some leaves of lettuce off, make you a salad, or take a head of cabbage and take it up and fry it. There's nothing no better than fried cabbage to me. But anyway, we love it. We do can it, process it in any way we can. The cabbage, the lettuce is just kind of a seasonal thing. We eat a little bit of it, and then we give the rest away or let it go to seed. But it's something that anybody can do, and if I can do it, you can do it.